Hi, everyone. Today we're going to be talking about research study design. And we're going to cover several topics. First, the rationale for research in general, the rationale for statistical inference, then issues in statistical inference, and also steps in a template of a study design or multiple study designs. So let's first talk about the rationale for research. And the idea here is what is the rationale for a deep inquiry about anything, for not only searching for information, but research and truly understanding the characteristics of our world, whether in politics, in information technology, in the natural sciences. If you are concerned about politics, maybe you are interested in how much funding different political candidates are raising. And you may ask, why is this important? Well, if you do not care about politics, maybe it's not important, but politics, especially at the level of the president of the United States, has an impact on policies that impact people's lives, uh, in tax policy, so how much money gets taken from people, health kinds of policies, whether or not people can have abortions or acquire some kind of medical treatment. So even though directly it may seem kind of non-interesting, it has an impact on people's lives. And doing research can give us information about different aspects of the political context, and then also potentially the impacts this has in our lives. And of course, the same could be said for the development of information systems, the development of applications. It impacts how we do our job, the quality of our lives, and also in the natural sciences, in related to the quality of the bees and how they are doing, and why would we care about that? Why would we want to research that? Well, to understand the bees' impact on our food system and the quality of our food, which can then impact our own quality of health and then indicate whether or not we may live a short life, a miserable life, or maybe a better quality life. So, in general, there are different ways to go about thinking about this, but the rationale for research is the rationale for inquiry. And often and in general terms, is to discover causal patterns and rules about the world. So, and one of the key words here is the causal. Often a cause, uh, what, how one thing cause another is difficult to determine because it is not directly evident. But through research and through investigation, we may discover causal patterns. Perhaps we just want to understand or comprehend or have the knowledge of aspects of the world. Another major rationale for research is to achieve reliability and prediction. So when when we don't care about reliability or prediction, we may not need research. We can rely on faith. We can purely rely on our feelings. We don't need to do research at all. We can just make up stuff that comes to our mind, and then that's it. However, when we need reliability, when we want to make sure that what we are investigating is actually going to happen tomorrow, we may want to do research, because research can bring that reliability. And how is that? Well, if we investigate something over and over and you see the repeated pattern, then if you keep, for example, giving pesticide to your bees and your bees start dying, and then you say, well, maybe it was a fluke, but then you keep giving pesticides again the next day, and then they start dying, or they start getting sick, or they're not flying as well. And that's how you achieve reliability. And maybe you can predict that if you give pesticides to your bees one more time, the same thing is going to happen. So that's the idea about research. and reliability. And of course, very generally serve as input to do or prevent other action. And this idea here is that it serves as a decision making tool. If you need to make decisions about how much to pay your employees, maybe you should do research on what other people, organizations are paying the employees. If you want to know what kind of feed you should feed your bees, or what kind of flowers may be good to have a good bee population, you may need to do research so you can feed your bees well and then collect better honey and so on. So, very generally, some basic rationale for research. And of course, another word here is we could have used, searching for truth and or finding truth. But even without these kind of big statements, we can, I think some of the basic ones is causal patterns, just comprehending and understanding reliability, and do other action, input to other action. And that's my understanding of the rationale for research. So we'll stop this one here and we'll continue next time.